Hello and welcome to another episode of Diaspora Network, where we celebrate Nigerians making significant strides around the world. I'm Juliana Olayinka. On today's program, we take a look at Nigerians in the diaspora who are showcasing their unique perspective on exploration, cultural exchange, and personal growth through tourism. Our guest is Alma Asinobi, a Nigerian global explorer who recently attempted the Guinness World Record for traveling to all 7 continents in the shortest possible time. But before that, let's get up to speed on the latest news in the diaspora.
Talented young Nigerian chess players representing the Chess-In-Slums initiative have clinched multiple awards at the 12th Annual Chess and Community Conference held in the United States. One of the young players, Ferdinand, won the Young Genius Award for his outstanding performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us recognize our young genius, Ferdinand Mawumo.
Jamiu emerged best player of the chess tournament, earning a gold medal and a $500 scholarship for his inspiring essay and speech on global citizenship. Yvier and Mary won a silver medal and $100 in the middle school championship. Chess-In-Slums is a non-governmental organization founded by Guinness World Record holder for the longest chess marathon, Tunde Onakoya, to help children from underprivileged backgrounds discover and develop a love for chess. The initiative not only teaches the fundamentals of chess but also fosters critical thinking skills, builds self-confidence, and opens up educational opportunities for its participants. The Chess-In-Slums initiative has become a formidable force in promoting chess as a tool for personal growth and social change, empowering children to excel both on and off the chessboard. A member of the United States Congress, Danny Davis, has written to President Bola Tinubu urging the Nigerian government to establish a consulate in Chicago, Illinois, to serve the needs of Nigerians residing in the Midwest states. According to him, the initiative would benefit both Nigeria and the U.S., particularly Chicago, by boosting trade, investment, and cultural exchange between both nations. He emphasized that Chicago's strategic location would make it easier for Nigerians in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Iowa to access essential consular services without traveling long distances. The congressman, who represents Illinois' 7th District, wrote the letter following discussions with the Nigerian Diaspora Initiative on the importance of setting up a consulate in Chicago. The number of Nigerians in the diaspora enrolling for the National Identification Number has surged by 307%, jumping from about 367,000 in 2023 to 1.49 million in 2025, as the federal government enhances accessibility and streamlines the registration process. New data from the National Identity Management Commission (NIMC) highlights the growing participation of Nigerians abroad, with 930,044 males and 563,469 females now registered. The total number of NIN enrollments, both domestic and international, has also increased significantly, rising by 21.24% from 96.5 million to 117 million within the same period. Recall that the federal government in 2024 launched a dedicated mobile app and diaspora focal point desk, promising to resolve registration issues within 24 hours. The federal government also says, in addition to that, a contactless enrollment software is being rolled out to further ease access. And that's your Diaspora Network News Wrap-Up.
In our special report this week, we shine the spotlight on some Nigerian travel storytellers who are inspiring, informing, and educating their audience around the world.
It's often said that as time passes, memories tend to fade, but that may not be the case for travel bloggers, as they have the liberty to capture and preserve experiences in vivid detail, in addition to preserving memories and reliving adventures. Their content also serves as a valuable resource for others seeking information and inspiration. By documenting their trips through captivating posts, photographs, and engaging videos, they are sharing their experiences with a wide audience while building a community, developing creativity, as well as encouraging personal and professional growth. Just as every new destination brings its own history, tradition, and stories waiting to be uncovered, These creatives are playing a significant role in promoting global tourism, showcasing the cultural heritage and attractions of diverse locations to a global audience by leveraging social media platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Many Nigerians have become known for their passion for creating such content. They are telling stories, impacting local economies, promoting cross-cultural understanding, challenging stereotypes and misconceptions, while showcasing the multifaceted view of the country globally. Travel vlogger and globetrotter Tayo Aina is known for his content that delves into lifestyle, travel, and culture. Born and raised in Ikeja, Lagos State, Nigeria, Tayo attended Ifako International Secondary School before earning a bachelor's degree at the Federal University of Technology, Akure. The one-time Uber driver was inspired by the dynamism of Lagos and the perceived absence of its digital representation, and started creating content to showcase the city. He documents his travels and shares his experiences with a large audience.
This egg, we left it out for 5 minutes and it has literally cracked open by itself because it just expanded due to how cold it is. This is what happens to an egg that is left outside in Yakut.
Tayo considers himself an African on a mission to discover the world. He recently visited Yakutsk in Russia, popularly known as the world's coldest major city, where temperatures at winter time stands at about -65 degrees centigrade. The city is located about 450 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle and fueled by its mining industry.
Guys, we are about to enter the coldest hotel in the world. This is the coldest bed of the coldest hotel in the world. I'm literally sleeping on ice. Ooh. Can the magic happen on an ice bed? If you don't get it, forget about it. Woo!
Another notable Nigerian travel influencer is Jessica Ufoma. She was inspired by her passion for travel, creative expression, and motivation to inspire others. The Canada-based travel influencer is dedicated to documenting her experiences with her community of followers. She's visited over 60 countries and driven by her love for people, new places, and cultures. These and many more travel enthusiasts are sharing their unique perspective on life, promoting tourism and cross-cultural understanding, and inspiring others while at it.
Now let's move our focus to our guest, Alma Asinobi, an entrepreneur and digital content creator who is channeling her passion for storytelling and traveling to create awareness and empower others to explore the world.
Travel and lifestyle content creator Alma Asinobi is on a mission to redefine global exploration and makes a journey more accessible to individuals with low mobility passports. She hails from Mbaitoli local government area in Imo State, southeast Nigeria, and earned a bachelor's and master's degree in architecture from Covenant University, Ota, in Ogun State. Alma had plans to relocate to Canada after her first degree in 2018, but after missing the application window, she took her mother's advice to pursue a second degree while she figured things out. She recognized her gift for knowledge sharing and tried her hands on several online businesses and skills like photography before landing a job in tech, where her professional journey began with content marketing. She worked briefly as a contract UX copywriter for Laser Pay in 2021 and also worked as content marketing strategist at Cowrie Wise. And to expand her expertise, she took a graduate certification program in project management at Fans Harwick College, Canada. She has since worked with several other organizations and now consults for tech startups. In 2019, Alma set out to live out her dream of traveling the world. She hit her first target to visit at least 4 countries in the first year, and she has since been to over 30 countries, making travel content a significant part of her brand.
I've traveled the world with one of the lowest ranking passports. I've seen beautiful places, but at what cost? Almost every trip has been a battle, a fight.
Her creativity goes beyond visual content as she shines the light on travel methods and highlights the challenges Africans, especially Nigerians, face while traveling with their local passports. In 2024, she took her entrepreneurial spirit to the next level by launching Kajiego, a travel company that simplifies travel processes and curates exciting experiences for Africans around the world. She's a two-time speaker at the TEDx Talks and has earned several accolades for her innovative approach to travel blogging.
Don't compare your day one with someone's day 100. People don't show you like the behind the scenes all the time. Things have changed over time, right? And if you want to do something that someone has done, you need to do like the background work that they have also done. You can't just like, you can't compare your day one to their day 100. I'll tell you why. So, I woke up one morning and I saw this tweet as a reply to one of the tweets that I made about like a teacher I met in India that wanted me to drop out of school. And it's a pretty long one, but I'm going to end with this. But I hardly have it all figured out yet. There's so much that I am now that I could have never imagined. And I know it's going to be the same for you. You're still young. There's plenty time. There are many things out of your control. If you or anyone you know is feeling the same, you're reading this, here's my advice. First things first, focus on stepping out of your comfort zone as often as possible. That's where all the growth is. Take risks, allow yourself fall, fail fast, learn early, try everything, figure out what sets your soul on fire, spend the rest of your life pursuing it relentlessly. When comparison comes, remind yourself that yes, you're in a race, but you're the only runner. So when you get tired, stop and rest. When you feel stretched, take a break. When you feel down, cry, let it out, but don't wallow in it. Be self-aware and true to yourself. Network horizontally. Build a solid support system. And be one too. Do the things that feel right. Fall in love. Not in school, though. Take chances. Feel everything. You can't please everyone, so don't spend valuable time trying. Be true to you. Give to people who can't repay you. Seek help.
Alma's latest feat is her Guinness World Record attempt to travel to all 7 continents in the shortest possible time. Her attempt to beat U.S. Air Force veteran who completed the challenge in 64 hours kicked off in Antarctica.
7 continents in 70 hours with my Nigerian passports. I'm Alma Asinobi, I'm Nigerian, and I've traveled to over 30 countries across 5 continents,
showing thousands of people how to travel the world regardless of the color of their passport. But now, I'm about to take it a step further and do something that's never been done with a Nigerian passport.
From there, she moved through Chile, the Dominican Republic, Spain, Egypt, and Dubai, overcoming visa issues, flight delays, and other hurdles like being denied boarding to Perth. She remained determined and instead boarded a flight to Sydney, eventually ending her journey in about 71 hours and some minutes, becoming the youngest and only black solo to record such an attempt in this category. Alma's mission is to visit every country in the world and create opportunities for others, especially the underprivileged, to experience other cultures and enjoy the joy of flying.
Alma Asinobi, thank you so much for joining us on Diaspora Network. I suppose you've actually brought this crowd. I'm going to blame the background noise on you because you're a travel blogger. It was only right that you would join us in London and College Green when it's so busy and it's so jam-packed. But thank you.
Thank you so much
for joining us. Talk to me about your Guinness World Record attempt. It does appear as if Guinness World Record is no longer just a book in our home that we no longer read. Lots of famous Nigerians have been in those pages, and you could be in there too.
Okay, so this was a very interesting trip. The most interesting trip I've ever been on. I've traveled quite a lot, mostly for leisure, sometimes for work, but I wanted to do something that made a statement. I wanted to do something that highlighted a problem that a lot of us Nigerians and Africans and people with low mobility passports faced, and that's the issue of inequality and, lack of mobility, access to global opportunities, because of visa restrictions, travel restrictions, and all of that. And I decided, hey, I want to visit every continent in the world in under 70 hours. And I was like, okay, yay. That was crazy because there was the current.
Can you
record
even
at
get
the
through
time-
security in 70 hours in some places?
Oh my god, there were some airports where I was like, I can't possibly go through this country because I will be at the airport for the entire time. And it came with a lot of rules. So I couldn't just like go from airport to airport. I had to go into the city, go to famous or iconic landmarks, take some pictures there, just as proof that I was actually there. And it was very fun. It was it was the most memorable time of my life. Like I'm still kind of recovering because what day is it? I'm not sure. I'm
The
just
days and
coming-
nights just rolled into
Yes, I just finished and I just got back from the airport. I flew from Australia. I'm flying in from Sydney. And funny thing is, I crossed the international date line. So I left by 2 p.m. and I arrived 1 p.m.
So it's like 24 hours of your life is just
It's just
in
like
the universe.
there. It's just like reset. And I was like, okay, what's happening? But yes, this was a very interesting trip. I faced a lot of issues getting to some of my destinations and some of my stops. When I got to Spain, or when I got to my stop in North America, I wasn't able to, my flight got cancelled, and so everything just kind of like went downhill from there. I tried to get on the next flight. It was to Frankfurt, and it was last minute, and they were going to let me on the flight. I was going to pay a very hefty fee, but I was fine with it. But they were like, oh, they took my passport, and I was like, do you live in Germany? I was like, no. Do you have any? I was like, yeah, okay. Well, I had a visa, but they were like, oh, we have to confirm, blah blah blah. And it was just
But you did it, and congratulations! My
Thank
goodness,
you.
what a feat! You've mentioned so many things. There's so many like conversations and topics I want to jump into. But let's step back a little bit.
All right.
Talk to me about who you are, where this dream came from, and your travel vlogging company. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow. So my name is Alma. I'm a travel content creator and I'm a travel entrepreneur. I started traveling. I just always wanted to see the world. I grew up seeing a lot of books and like encyclopedia, all of that in my home. I was gifted a global Bible when I was 7 or 6, I don't remember, but I've always had it. And so, I just used to always read it. I would see the countries and the capitals, and it was fun. I sat in school, like my seat was just opposite the map of West Africa. Like it was just within my eyesight. So I would just see it every day. I saw it for like 2 years straight. Yeah, so it was just kind of like there. I subconsciously knew all the capitals. Just I wasn't studying for it, but it wasn't right there.
It wasn't a geography.
No,
thing.
it wasn't. It was just like oh, and then it just started to go like that. And then in secondary school, I was like I was the best in geography at some point. Just as a result, like I didn't actively have to do that. I just always found that the world was very interesting and I wanted to explore it.
What was the most interesting place for you when you were younger? Was it America?
I never traveled until I never had a passport until 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's my very first passport was in 2019. Wow. And I wanted to travel. I wrote down on, New Year resolutions and everything. I wrote down on my notes app that I wanted to visit one country every quarter in the whole of 2020. I mean, and now we know how that year went.
What a year to choose!
Yeah, I mean, like okay. But yeah, so I successfully did the first one, like the first quarter. That was in March, and then I couldn't because of the restrictions and everything. But I just spent that time knowing that I wanted to do this. And then so when the restrictions eased and everything was fine, I think later in 2021, took another trip. And then I just started, and I realized that before then I was a travel content creator. I was a content creator, like I was blogging my lifestyle and all of that. But then I started to share more travel content, and then I realized that more people are interested in this. And a lot of the questions that people were asking were around the visas. So how were you able to get into this country? How were you able to get into that country? What did you submit, part of your documents and all of that? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll just share everything. And that's pretty much how I started. And then I kept going. I visited about 30 countries before I started this attempt. And yeah, so I just decided I wanted to do something to address this issue. I think the issue of passport privilege, and it's not talked about enough, because especially in the kind of society that we're in, there are a lot of issues that seem to be of higher importance. People can't afford to eat. People can't afford they can't afford good education. They can't afford a lot of things that are
Inflation, the
exactly. It's
Nobody's
not.
talking. It's kind of seen as like bougie.
Yeah, it's like
irrelevant.
Yeah, like rich people problems.
We'd rather talk about Big Brother.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yes, so it's more like it felt to me like at first I was like, am I sure I want to do this? Because it would be seen as though I'm fighting for my right to expensive vacations, right? That sort of thing. Yeah, exactly.
But
so I was like,
it's incredibly important. God, there's so much I'd like to discuss with you. We don't have all of the time to do that. But now that you've come back, because of course you've had lots of time to reflect, you had 24 hours in the universe.
Yeah.
Do you feel now going forward that your mission is about passport privilege and tackling those issues, or is it about travel and mindfulness? Because I'm sure you learned so much about yourself.
Yes. My mission has still remained the same. I've always learned about myself, like on just regular trips when I'm just traveling for fun and everything. So this time, I think I've mostly been numb for the past couple of days, because I'm going to tell you this probably for the first time.
Yeah.
I hate traveling. Like, I hate flying.
I think we're going to have to use that as the coming up teaser.
Oh my God. I hate flying. And it's very shocking every time I say this.
What do you hate about it?
Like, I'm stuck in a metal tube in the air and we're just there for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I here? Like, we need to figure out teleportation. Like,
well, darling, we need to get you some more sponsorships so you can have first class business travel.
Oh my
and
God.
then you'll probably love it a little bit more.
A little bit more. Yeah. I just I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't like it. I like to explore new places, but the process of getting there can just be exhausting, especially with the kind of passport that I have.
Yes.
Going through all the extra questioning,
Absolutely.
the visa processes, even before you are able to travel, it's quite exhausing.
There's so much I want to know, but let me try and do some quick fire questions with you.
Sure.
So quick fire is best country you've ever visited.
Peru.
Favorite city?
Panama City.
Best food?
That is tough. Best food. I mean, apart from my safe Nigerian cuisine, I don't know. I think
Italy?
I haven't been to Italy.
Not yet.
Yeah, I would say Malaysia.
Ooh, Malaysia. Okay, cleanest?
Japan.
Scariest?
Egypt.
Safest?
Safest? Singapore.
Friendliest?
Lebanon.
What's at the top of your list for travelling to next?
What countries am I visiting next? I want to go to Sri Lanka. Yeah. Where else? I want to explore
Italy?
Yeah, Italy. And I have one. I was missioned to visit all 7 wonders of the world.
Wow.
I still am.
You
still I already did 5. I have 2 left. So I have to go to Italy for the.
Now I can see why Blessing. They can't see Blessing. He's holding on. Maybe there'll be a +1 somewhere there. Just before we go, I've got to ask, what did it teach you about Nigeria? And now that you spent so much time away and you've met with so many different cultures, did you reaffine some of your preconceived notions about the country and stuff?
About the country, Nigeria?
Yeah.
I do have first-hand experience of the country, so I don't really I wouldn't really say preconceived notions because I lived there for forever. But I think we have a long way to go as Nigerians, and I think the government needs to take a leaf from so many different books and make sure that the experiences of Nigerians, especially while we're traveling, how we're seen in the world is optimized in such a way that we are treated better, we are respected. We're not asking for too much. The process of
just
getting
a smiling
visa,
immigration.
It's just it's an issue before you even get to the country, before you get to immigration. I just think there's so much more that we can do. We can do a lot better. The government can do a lot better for us, for the citizens. We deserve better. Nigerians are good people. Nigerians are fun. Nigerians are welcoming. Nigerians are warm. They're exciting. Nigerians are very innovative as well. So of course, all of these hurdles, we kind of like go through it with grace, and we scale through, and we're good. We're resilient. We're strong. But we shouldn't always have to be. You know, we should have soft life. We deserve it. Okay.
I think you deserved a soft life too. So I am hoping that you get that sponsorship that you deserve. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much
for putting, I think, a very, very important subject on a higher agenda in the news.
Thank you so much. It's my passion. It's so much.
Wonderful.
And that wraps up another episode of Diaspora Network. Remember, you can find more amazing stories of Nigerians making their mark on the global stage on our YouTube channel and website, channelstv.com. Until next time, I'm Juliana Olayinka. Bye for now.